All right. Let's go, everybody. We've got Clem, the man of the hour, the man that has been destroying the world and ripping it asunder. Team Liquid's Clem. His opponent in the top left, though, onside's MARU, a player who dropped 0-2 to Clem in the World Team League. Big surprise there, and didn't get revived. Didn't get brought out. It was such a huge surprise, and I think we're far enough past the cast of that hopefully people don't mind me spoilering this. I know people get annoyed about spoilers, and sometimes it's understandable. Sometimes people are a little ridiculous about them, I will say, because if it's a tournament from like a week or two ago, I'm like, I think it's free reign at that point. We've got to be able to talk about the history of these players and what's been going on. But long story short, MARU got spotted with a arm brace, or was it a brace, or was it like, I think it was like a sling, right? It looked like he had like a shoulder sling or something like that. I believe that might have been when he was playing WTL. And I don't think he has that anymore. So I'm not 100% sure on his health state, but who knows? Maybe there is the excuse for all of us out there who still believe Clem is washed up, or not washed up, but not as good as he's overhyped. MARU's the true GOAT. I mean, obviously Clem's nowhere near, I think, challenging MARU's Terran GOAT status yet. But he is clearly better performing than MARU over the last few months, and that is undeniable. But of course, Clem is yet to build a legacy. I famously, during a stream mid-2023, did a tier list of pro players, and people were not happy that I put Clem in B tier. And that's because this was like all-time players, and I basically said, hey, you need to have won a proper tournament, a big kind of international tournament. Doesn't have to be the biggest tournament, doesn't have to be a world championship, but you have to have won an international tournament to make it into the B tier. And then of course above that was A, and then S being the highest. S was reserved for guys like Rogue, MARU, Serral that have won many championships, and most of them multiple world championships. But yeah, it was kind of funny because people were like, really? You're saying Clem's a B tier pro gamer? And I'm like, look, I'm a Clem fanboy with the rest of them. I'm not saying he's a B tier player. I'm saying he doesn't have the results. We've seen him beat the best players in the world and look amazing doing it. But we've got to respect the sport. The sport of StarCraft, or the esport, for people who are like, it's not a sport, shut your mouth. They're not running around using their bodies. Have you guys ever met someone, by the way, who's really aggressive about that? It's really funny. I do find it's like often the girthy people who are like, really, they're like, it's the sport. It's really, you got to do the physical things. I'm like, competition sport, you guys know what I mean. I don't really get too hung up on the definitions, but we've got to appreciate the fact that winning tournaments is what matters, and winning live tournaments, LAN tournaments, matters more than anything else. Winning those world championships weighted even heavier. So winning a regional, which Clem's done many times, winning the EU regionals against two of the greatest players of all time, Serral and Raynor, is massive. But does that actually make him one of the greatest players of all time? Well, no, not until he does it on the biggest stages. He needs to do it offline, he needs to do it on the biggest stages, and he recently finally did that, winning a tournament over some of the best. Oh, first pressure coming in. Those Cyclones will punish those Hellions, but they break the lock-ons. They get out of there. Oh, great pressure. Dude, Clem is all over it. He's already going to get a Reaper there and a bunch of SCVs. Good micro by MARU to try and get these SCVs out of there. Obviously, the Reapers ain't escaping, so they do just go back in. And it looks like... Wait, the Hellions died? So the Hellions must have turned around and gone back in. Nonetheless, 6 SCVs there and a Reaper for 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. Not a bad trade, especially with a bit of mining time. And of course, the reacted Cyclone opening coming in behind it. No surprises. Clem does this build every single game. No one is shocked. No one is surprised. He's going to micro Cyclones in your main with a drop. And MARU sticking to the game plan that him and Ryung ran against Clem in the World Team League, which is, I'm going to go also reacted Cyclones, but I'm going to defend and build Ravens earlier. I'll bank up more Raven energy than you, and that is where I'll get my advantage. I'm going to let you overextend into me, and I'll punish you for it later. Unfortunately, MARU has been forgetting Interference Matrix a lot. There we go. Okay, he remembers it. Perfect timing. If he's planning to go 2 or 3 Ravens, that should be okay. Reaper comes in. Reaper goes out. 5 worker advantage for Clem. And this is where trading off your early Reaper Hellion, if there's no follow-up trade where you get punished for being slightly down on units, you're feeling pretty good. 3rd Command Center goes down. You're just very clean on your mining. And MARU, he's still building Marines. That's interesting, guys. Building Marines rather than add-ons with that barracks. Wow. I don't know why, but this to me makes me feel like Maru's playing mech. Still no third command center. Building Marines and Cyclones non-stop. He's already up 1 Cyclone. 2 more starts up. Here we go. Big fight on the front. Sorry, guys. Should have caught that. Ooh, 2 Cyclones for 1. Maru's Raven takes damage. Clem has to pick up and leave. Good trade for Clem. Getting a 1 for 2 trade. That's very Clem-esque. Catching Maru not watching. Snatching some kills. Gets in, gets out. 2 more barracks coming up behind this for Clem. Third command center only now starting for Maru. Yeah, this is an excellent start for Clem. Because this feels like Maru's a little desperate now. On the other hand, Maru has a lot more Raven energy, so I think Clem should pull workers to be safe. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. He's trying to do it greedy. The auto turret spam's going to be big. Clem doesn't get any auto turrets down. Okay, he gets 1 auto turret down. He doesn't pull SCVs. The disrespect from Clem. The absolute disrespect from Clem here. Thinking he could defend this without pulling SCVs when he's way down on Raven energy. Oh my gosh. Maru just got him. That's it. Clem needed to pull some SCVs. Those auto turrets, they do damage. They tank damage. You can't be fighting like that when you're down that badly. Watch the start of this fight. I'm pretty sure he missed an auto turret because he got blocked by the Cyclones as well. Let's see. Because this orange hit point Cyclone, well, maybe it just didn't quite have the energy. It's at 45, 46, 47. And it gets locked onto 48, 49. Yeah, it was like 49, 48 energy as it goes down. And he does get 1 auto turret down, but it's down much later. And just a bit of a sloppy fight there. His medevacs also didn't do anything to help out. Good fight for Maru. And to be fair, Clem with the fast third command center and everything, the fact that he traded units for SCVs earlier, just needed to pull 5 or 6 SCVs there, and I think that's a very different battle. All right, that last game was a rough start. Well, it was actually a great start, sorry, for Clem, representing Team Liquid. Onsides, Maru hits him with the counterattack, and I gotta say, I've been saying, and I was literally streaming yesterday, playing Terran, and I kept doing the Cyclone build, and just trying to figure out that opening. And I was saying, you know, it's weird, because I've seen so many matches where the Terran commits to that Cyclone attack, like Maru did in the last game, but I've always seen it fail, and the defender always gets out ahead by just like, you know, using better positioning, pulling a few SCVs if they really need to. They always take a really way better fight, and it seems really trash. So I'm like, but it must work a lot in their other games that I just happen to not have seen because I keep seeing Terrans commit to that attack. So it's kind of funny now, the day after this, casting this game to be like, there we go. That's the game where it works. However, I still feel Clem just needed to pull a couple of SCVs in. You got to realize how strong those auto turrets are as well. It's also one of the dangers of why sitting back and letting them attack and drop their auto turrets is a problem. If you go out and engage with your Cyclones, so say Maru's Cyclones are here, Clem's are here or whatever, or let's do the other side of the map. Let's say Clem's defending, Maru's coming in from there. If you run out and fight him out here, you forced Maru to drop his auto turrets, and then you potentially can pull back and disengage and let the auto turrets run out. So there's actually a few really nice ways you can do that. Now, Clem is going for a second barracks proxy. It's a 2 Reaper opening. You go for 3 or 4, maybe 5 Reapers. Try to catch Maru's command center building on the low ground, and likely to catch it since Maru's pulled off gas. Usually this SCV that builds the depot goes to build the command center. But I guess you don't need that just yet. About 220 is when you have the money for that. Maru playing completely blind. He's up 1 game. Why SCV scout? Just get a few minerals ahead for free. Well, scouting in the wrong direction to find this barracks. If he loses this first Reaper, that'll be unfortunate. He's going to bring it home now. Second Reaper's on the way. Do we see a Cyclone or a Hellion first here for Maru? Maru has no idea what's incoming. Uh-oh. And he still doesn't know that this is a 2 or 3 Reaper opening. Clem? Oh, now he does. Oh my god. Maru loses his first Reaper. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that SCV's like, well, I can't get defended right now. I need to run. Marine and Cyclone on the way. You could cancel the command center, but I don't think you need to. You just need to wait for the Cyclone to come out. Maru, good pullbacks on the weak SCV. Clem confirms the kill anyway. Well done. And Clem should just back off and wait for 6 Reapers now, and then he should dive with 6 Reapers on the Cyclone. Fighting with these Reapers, if he lets the Cyclone lock on and doesn't zone it with a grenade, he will lose his Reapers. Oh, he's going for it. I don't know why he'd do that. Oh, wait, we can get it with 4? He gets it. He gets it. He gets a Cyclone for a single Reaper. Wow. And then he oh, Clem. Oh, but wait, it baits Maru. It actually baits Maru, so it works out. Gets another Reaper for a Reaper. Not too bad. Not too bad. Factory building a reactor behind it. Barracks 1 is at home. Barracks 2 is flying home. This was a great start for Clem. But Command Center is still very delayed, of course. Command Center is later for Clem. But he's done some good damage. And he's got, of course, the tech coming in behind it. Doesn't quite get that Marine. One more Reaper does go down. Reactor now building, as well as a medevac for MARU, wanting to do some counter-aggression. Clem going for his own reacted Cyclones behind this. Marine for a Reaper again. Not a great trade for Clem. Don't know why he keeps poking in with these Reapers. Guys, Reapers have 60 hit points. Might not sound like a lot, but in these early skirmishes, Cyclone versus Cyclone, it makes a big difference. So I would have loved him to have 3 Reapers in front of his Cyclones. I think that would have helped in his defense a lot. Medevac's on the way for Clem. Clem goes Medevac every game. It is entirely predictable. He's moving out with a Reaper and 2 Cyclones, which means I think his next 2 Cyclones will pop out in time to defend, just barely. Oh, I thought he was going to move right and maybe catch the Medevac, but nope. Ravens on the way for both sides. MARU slightly ahead there. Work account very similar. That double Cyclone comes in, and Clem's double Cyclone pops out. Oh, no! Where's his other Cyclone? Oh, it's a little dot behind, is it? Nice hot pickups. Does use those SCVs to tank. Loses 2 of them. That's not too bad. He's going to try and counterattack with his own Reaper Cyclone. Clem engaging in a very fast fight here. Looking for some damage. Cyclones go back in the main, though, for MARU as well. Oh, get out of there, Clem. Clem's going to lose a Cyclone here. Clem's losing the Cyclone fight. He loses both Cyclones. And MARU saves his 2 as well. Very nicely done. Clem, of course, chases immediately because Clem is incapable of keeping it in his pants. He knows that his strength as a player is really keeping the speed up and overwhelming. But I feel like MARU's back in the lead now in this game. He's got a 3rd command center starting at the same time as Clem's. Raven count is about even for both sides. Clem's actually gotten slightly ahead on the Ravens because MARU was a bit slow to start his 2nd one. I do like this move to return home for Clem, though. I think pushing out with a damaged Medevac like that and a damaged Cyclone, unnecessarily risky when the last few trades have gone in your opponent's favor. Clem's going to have to chill. Play a slower game. Man, playing against MARU from behind is so scary, but I think Clem has a bit more confidence. After beating MARU at Gamers 8, at LAN, in last year at a big tournament, and beating him, of course, recently in some World Team League matches and some other things, it's you know, it's the new Clem. It's a Clem that's more confident. It's not the feeling we get when we watch like Cure versus MARU, where you think no matter how far ahead he is, watch out because MARU's going to find a way to make a comeback. It's actually something where Clem, I think some people probably would have even, if we had predictions going, if this was live, I would probably like have people voting for Clem, which a year ago there'd be like 2% of people believing in Clem, 98% just assuming MARU will win. Oh, lots of auto turret spam goes down there for Clem. Wins him that fight. Takes out one of the Ravens before MARU can use any abilities. If MARU kept his Ravens alive there and just traded a Cyclone or 2 for Ravens, I might have liked it, but Clem's now going to drop around the left side. Double engineering bay, double barracks on the way for MARU. Double barracks about to finish here for Clem. His own double engineering bay, not too far behind. Cyclone drop going south. Gotta be careful, because if you boost in, that's your way out. You just burnt your way out right there. But of course it's Clem. So, full YOLO, just the way he likes. 4 SCVs for a Cyclone is not a bad trade at all. But the Medevac and the other Cyclone still trapped in the back. Army coming forward. Raven Cyclone looking for the next opportunity to bang. MARU's got 3 Ravens, so does Clem. That means they both built 4 Ravens this game. Wow. Clem's building turrets on the edges for any drops coming in. Cyclone drop going to pick off an SCV. And big attack on the front, potentially. Cyclone saves itself. He gets the Cyclone. Ooh, MARU. Whoa, panic turrets. Talk about panic turrets. Clem's like, wow, I got him scared now. Okay. He's going to spam his own auto turrets down. Nice. Get 3 Cyclones. Dude, MARU's dead. MARU's dead. He's getting overwhelmed. He's just getting rocked right now. The Cyclone Marine for Clem doing very well. He's got a Cyclone in the back. No. The Cyclone in the back being annoying as well. Keeps picking up and dropping it, being annoying. Finally, the siege tank takes care of that. Back at the front. He's finally pushing Clem back. Clem still has 4 Cyclones to 2 there, though, so you've got to be cautious. Units lost tab. 700 resources in favor of Clem. He's got 3 bases landed, fully saturated. He's got his barracks pumping away, 3 of them at least. His 4th and 5th barracks will go down. And that is a massive advantage. MARU is in the dumps, having lost way too many workers there, and those Cyclones just getting a big advantage. These games have been very silly. These games have been very, very silly so far. I'm hoping for a game 3, because it's looking like Clem will win here. I'm hoping for a game 3 where it's actually a proper macro game. Fingers crossed. Because so far, this has been Cyclones just smashing into each other. Now, Maru's actually ahead in army, but his Ravens are dry right now. Does have a Raven advantage, though. Clem's Raven's reasonably dry as well. 20 worker advantage for Clem, so all he's got to do is buy time. If you just buy time, you'll be good. Is Maru actually going to push that ramp? Be a wild choice. Oh, he's in range. He's in range right now, but Clem doesn't have a scan, right? Oh no, that tank barely out of range. Does land a shot on the Marines. Gets another one. Good shots on those Marines for Maru. Maru's not building workers. Maru's all in. Maru is all in right now. He's going for it with the Marine tank. He drops the tank on the front. His Marines stim. He's trying to force a fight. He's got 1-1 in shields. Clem does not have combat shields yet. His 1-1 just finished. Nice interference matrices. Oh, but Clem gets the tank kill just before the matrix lands. So Maru's going to try and force the issue, but he takes big shots. The anti-armor missile of Clem also keeping him back. He's going to go for what we would refer to as a desperate YOLO. He doesn't get spotted yet, but oh, he's going to go over the depots. Maru gets spotted by the depots and decides to unload. Still, no SCVs building for... Oh, no, sorry. Maru has resumed SCV production, but only after a long time just accepting that he was on 50 workers against 70. Those medevacs have to boost away. Massive doom drop on the counter. Clem realizes that Maru has been pushed back, and he's going to dive for it straight over the 3rd into the main base. Maru tries to do the same thing by counter dropping him, but Clem is all over him. Mass Marines take out the tanks, and Maru is in D-Town. Clem picking up a big, weak-old baguette and just whacking him on the head with it. That thing is hard as nails, and it will smash through. Clem ties up the series 1-1. All right, going into game 3. Clem's in the bottom left of Solaris. All right, let's see if Clem and Maru can make it past this silly smashing Cyclones into each other's stage. I really feel it was Clem's fault in game 1 for not pulling the SCVs to defend. In game 2, I don't know what Maru really screwed up. I'm trying to remember what the biggest mistake was in that early game, which gave Clem the opportunity to pounce, but definitely Clem just microed very well. I think the drop in the back really distracted him probably for too long. This is a 1-Rex expand. Ooh, Maru's playing 1-Rex expand. He's going to be very defensive. Clem playing the greedy, the 2-gas faster tech build. It's going to be more pressure on him in order to try and damage and stop Maru getting too far ahead. It's interesting to see what form Maru comes into Katowice. I really hope that he was kind of rehabbing and having a downswing and is in super good form leading into Katowice. It's a $500,000 tournament. It's going to be, I think, February 8th to 11th or 12th. So it's going to be a very, very big amount of money on the line. And we know Reyna's gearing up for it. If Maru gears up for it and comes out of his downswing as well, Clem is, of course, riding a massive high right now. My only issue with Clem is he's playing so many games. I'm a little worried he might burn himself out. I feel like Clem plays so many games. He's even up near the top of the Zero Space ladder in its alpha right now. Like, it's crazy how much I run into, you run into these guys and you're like, aren't you playing every online tournament right now? So I guess maybe I'd advise Clem to ease off the live tournaments for a little bit, or at least just take it a bit easier. Make sure he's saving some energy. Oh, speak of saving energy, Maru wins the Reaper fight. That's huge. Clem runs in. I think he saw the Marine, so he knows it's a 1-Rex expand, but that's a bit of a dodgy opening. And actually, dude, he's not building SCVs. Clem missed about half an SCV of production time there. See, Maru's a few seconds ahead on his. Command Center coming up on the natural as well. Big thank you to Bad Panda. Going to give you a massive shout out after this game, mate. Chat saying we really need to see a Protoss at least in the semifinals again. Sadly, Max Pax is not going to Katowice, our best Protoss player in the world right now, and Parting is so fresh out of the military, he's not there as well. I'd say those are the most promising. I think it's going to be a very hard shot for Classic or hero to make it. Neither of them has looked reliable enough to get to the top 4 of a tournament. Actually, is Hero even in Katowice, guys? He is, right? He didn't miss qualifying, did he? I just realized I can't remember which group he's in, if Hero is there or not. You guys, let me know in the chat. But anyway, we'll talk more about this game. We can talk more about Katowice later. He is in there. Maybe Group C? Oh, he's in the Group of Death. Oh, he was in there with Dark and Raynor and Maru. Oh, right. So, yeah, I mean, Hero is unlike... Hero, he can beat Dark, but if he can't... Man, yeah, dealing with Raynor and Maru, it's hard. Maru's Reaper comes in, so that evens up the trades. He sees the Cyclone drop coming. He's already got a Viking. Ooh. You know what I'd love to see Maru do here is move out with the Viking and like hide it over here. And then when he comes in with the drop, catch him on the way out. Because you know he's going to drop into you. It's a bit of a gamble and maybe he sees you out there and just turns around. But I don't know. I like the idea of setting up a sneaky ambush. Drop's coming in just as he moves to the natural. Uh-oh. Maru's in the wrong side. He's going to pull the SCVs away. Can't do Spore Tricks with Terran. Seeing the Viking. Clem's looking for the Viking snipe. Cyclone does get locked on. And Clem gets pushed back. Good defense by Maru so far. Oh, Clem's going Cloaked Banshee. Wow. Is that good? Because you know he's going Raven Cyclone as well, right? Oh, no, he's not. He's going to go Raven Bio. Ah, okay, so Maru's playing super totem. Look how fast his third is, by the way. His third base is almost finished. He delayed his third gas a lot. He's only just started mining that. So, oh man. I mean, if Clem just busts the front with Raven Interference Matrix plus Cyclones, he might have been able to win against this. Because there's literally one tank, one Raven, a bunker, a Cyclone, a Viking, and a Hellion. This is like, Maru is playing so greedy. Whoa! Sorry guys, I just pressed the rewind button. We are casting off a replay. And look, Maru is going to go for a scan because I can see into the future. I apologize, guys. We are casting this off the replay. As you can see, I accidentally rewound 15 seconds there. My bad on that. My hotkeys got reset when I swapped regions just before. Unfortunately, Battle.net's had that issue for a long time. Swap regions and your hotkey profiles sometimes reset. Third command center on location for Clem to try and catch up. Second and third barracks only now starting. Whereas they're finishing for Maru. Maru's going to have a massive head start on the bio game. And how many Banshees does he build? 2 Banshees. Okay, so he's going to go 2 Banshees plus a Cyclone drop. But I feel like with Ravens and a Viking already out and a Cyclone, getting damage with these Banshees is going to be a long shot. At least Clem's going for a normal build afterwards. And to be fair, his work account is somehow the same. His supply is also slightly ahead. But you got to account for the upgrade tab. Look at how much money Maru's putting into upgrades that are going to be far ahead. He's also getting a third Raven, and that Interference Matrix upgrade is finally on the way. Viking does push back the Cyclones in the top. Hellions driving in to see that third base is now finished on location. Oi, get out of here, bro. Orbital does start. Banshee's coming in the natural. He gets 4, makes it 5. Ooh, make it 6 SCVs there. Not bad. You know, it's not bad. You get 6 SCVs. He's going to probably have to build some turrets now if he ever moves out with those Ravens, because your Banshees, you just want to, like, hide them. Come back way later after he's hopefully forgotten about them. Maybe he doesn't build turrets, you know. There is a turret on the very edge, but if you go in from the middle, you're going to have to scan to see it. Scan from Maru confirms it's not mech. Remember his previous scan, I don't think he'd seen anything, but now he sees 5 barracks. And he kind of knows, okay, I'm a little ahead on those barracks timings. Look, my Marine count should be significantly ahead. We can see he's already up 17 Marines. And he's producing more. So that number advantage is going to grow. He's moving out. Banshees move in. Grab themselves a couple of SCVs and a Marine. Not bad. Viking's going to try to chase him off, and it will do so. But actually, yeah. I always think of the Banshee as such like a, oh man, this is just going to get scouted and shut down by the Ravens. But Clem just knows how to commit with them. Top level players always so good at that. These 8 Cyclones are trash right now. He really wants to pick off Marines because in a big battle, they're not going to achieve anything. Uh-oh. Clem does go in there. There's a turret on both sides though. Turret in the production and to the north. And he's like, yeah, this is not worth the risk. Wise choice to pull away. Clem has an extra tank. His marine count's starting to grow, but he's at half the marines right now. Clem needs to buy a little bit of time. 50 seconds till 1-1 finishes. 40 seconds until combat shields. Banshees do come in on the third base. They're going to pick off a few more SCVs. Maru's down 10 workers, guys. He's losing 2 workers on that third. He will lose even more there. +1 armor is meaning it's taking 3 shots for the Banshees to kill those now, though. Good siege location for Maru. Maru's down 15 workers. Maru's all in. Maru is all in right now. He's pushing before 1-1 and shields is finished. Interference matrices across the board. The SCVs need to be pulled. He's got to pull the boys. But dude, Maru with a crazy all in. He just says, "May, have you heard about our Lord and Savior the Raven? And are you ready to hear his words?" Clem's like, "No, get that religious crap away from me." Maru says, "Oh, and for ye have sinned, and now shall I rain down justice." Interference matrix to every single tank, anti-armor missile to every marines, and he hit when he had 1-1 upgrades finished. Clem didn't, and Clem's combat shields wasn't done. His marines could not stand up to that dude. The marines of Maru were doing 3 more damage a shot, and Clem's marines had 10 less hit points, and all the tanks were taken out with matrix. That was a devastating timing. Maru played a greedy build. He built 1 tank, went straight into barracks, and just ravens and marines, and only now went back into medevacs and tanks. It's a deliciously streamlined build, and it's paid off for him in a big way. Clem's now got even upgrades, similar army supply, but he's taking some big tank shots. He's contained on 2 bases right now. Clem did lose the 3rd command center, and that is very costly. Doom drop in the main with the marines. Oh, no, he tried to, I think he's trying to drop a tank, and he's realizing he can't. But actually, wait, the tanks are going to cover this from the low ground. The tanks of Clem did not move. Clem not moving his tanks has cost him. He thought Maru was backing off. He's trying to go for a counter drop right now. That leaves his main base wide open. Maru knows he's going to counter drop, and that's why Maru was ready for it. Is he ready at home, though? That's a triple drop. Maru doesn't have that many marines right now. Maru needs to hold that marine key down. Maru cut so many workers to make this happen. Maru has been winning so many all-ins in TvT lately. This is huge. Going on the 3rd base. Nice drop. Those SCVs getting hammered. Clem's going to destroy them. He clicks the command center. Wow, that I did not expect. The command center is something you can't really pick up and leave, but oh no, the tanks have gone down at home. The command center escapes. The marines all die. Attacking the command center was definitely not the play. He saved a few of his tanks into the mineral line, but damn. That was a beautiful timing. We have to rewatch that because that was like, yeah, I really didn't think Clem was in that much danger. And then you look at how confident Maru is here and you start to realize like, oh, Maru knows. Maru knows in this scenario to go down to slower than game speed. He's like, you don't have 1-1 on combat shields. Oh, okay. And then when he lands the anti-armor missile, like, I just want you guys to appreciate the stats here. So look, interference matrix on 1 tank, 2 tanks, 3 tanks. So he's like, okay, it's just Marine Cyclone versus Marine, except your Marines are taking +2 damage. So we've got 7 + 2. So he's doing 9 damage a shot with his Marines. Meanwhile, Clem is doing 6 - 1, 5. So it's 9 damage a shot for the Marines of Maru, 5 for Clem. Almost double the damage. Not to mention, he's got more Marines. That's 24 + 11. That's 35 Marines. This is only 24 Marines. There's 11 more Marines here for Maru. They do almost double the damage, and they have 10 more hit points. 55 versus 45. Dude, what? Even if he pulled the SCVs, I don't think it does anything to keep him alive here. I think he was simply too far behind. I think Maru's greed has paid off, and it's kind of funny because you look at the supply and you think this is really bad for Maru, right? Nope, this timing is brilliant. Oh my gosh, his Marines destroy. That's so damn good. GG, well played, man. GG, well played. Maru, absolutely brutal timing. To be fair, it was a greedy build, but it's a greedy build that works. He knows that Clem doesn't really attack the front with Mass Cyclone that much. He just does a bit of Cyclone harass. So he realized if he just goes for the 2nd and 3rd barracks straight away, just defends with 1 bunker, 1 tank, he should be fine. Great build order by Maru, super smart. GG, well played.